Hey, what's up guys, I'm Praetorian and welcome back to Crusader Kings 3, Roads to Power. So the first thing we're going to be doing in today's episode is we're going to go ahead and do this Uncover Secret contract. We'll travel over there. I don't want to travel any further while we have consumption, since we won't be able to visit any of those locations while we're sick. Count Theobald's suspicions lie upon his spy master Claudia, and so I find myself stalking her through the halls of a church. She's clearly deep in counsel with herself. I chant some more steps closer, hiding behind a jutting wall. I can almost hear her whispered words. Whether they're a confession to God or just wild muttering, I can't quite make it out. So we can get a little bit closer. This is an intrigue challenge. Instead we can say perhaps if I were to just pretend I knew. This is a diplomacy intrigue challenge. Or say I've had enough of hiding. This really fits with Magnus's character a bit more. This is a prowess challenge with a very good chance of success. So let's go ahead and use that so we can complete this. We'll lose stress. And with the contract done, should get a little bit of money and provisions here. I don't think we got much because that was about what we had before. We can go ahead and do this contract next. Again, I'm trying to recover from this sickness before we go any further. If we aren't recovered by the time we finish this contract, then I suppose we'll move along even though we're still sick. But you can see their health is real good, so I really don't think this is gonna kill us. None of these options add to the secrecy, which is at 55%. Maybe it's not relevant for this particular mission, but the success chance is really, really low. So I think we should make sure that we do at least this one here, because we don't want the phases to be too long either. So this is what it's gonna look like. We've got a very good chance of success here with the 100%. So one of our courtiers has been using his time at court for other things than our goal. He's been laying the groundwork to trick a fair sum out of the prince here who we're currently working for. He hasn't told us about it, but we could say how enterprising. Of course, you split your gains. We just overheard him boasting about it. 92% chance that we'll get 25 gold and he'll get 25. Instead, we say carry on, in which case he'll get all the money and we'll get a weak hook on him. Also increase opinion with him. He currently has a plus 41 opinion with us. Or you can just tell him to stop. Well, as the captain of this outfit, or I guess we're now called a boss. So we're the boss, and the boss needs his cut. So yeah, I think it makes sense to go with this option here. Get ourselves an additional 25 gold. It was 92% chance of success, but I guess with our luck, you never know whether or not that would work out. But yeah, we have really, really long phases, guys, unfortunately. And so this is going to take us a long time to complete this mission. But again, the main reason why we're doing it in the first place, it seems our son Ivar has learn another language, but the main reason why we're doing it is just to get over the consumption here. A follower's heart. Boss Magnus, my leader. I have met the most enchanting woman here in Treviso. So this is our caravan master. Her family will not let us marry without me paying a sizable dowry. Please help me. So we could just tell him to pay it himself because he does have the money. He's got 61 gold. So he could pay the 47 gold in dowry, and then she will join our camp. She's got good prowess and good intrigue, or we could help him pay it, though it looks like we're paying the whole thing, so that's not really helping him, especially when he has so much money. But yeah, our character definitely wouldn't do this. Instead, we could do this intrigue challenge. Let's see if she's willing to run away with you. If we fail, which there's an 18% chance that we would, he would gain stress and he'd be disappointed with us. Or we just say, not my problem, which as a sadistic character, we would like to do that. I feel like we'd go with this option because we're always willing to create some mayhem and to get more useful followers. We just completed the portable shrine, so we need to get our priest appointed. So that's a new officer position. And it looks like this character here would be good. However, he's also old with poor health. So instead, let's have Sigrid the Handsome appointed. He has a good aptitude as well, and he doesn't have any positions. He's just serving as a champion currently. And then we'll need to get something else constructed. I think we're going to go and upgrade the baggage train for all those additional bonuses. It's going to cost us 240 gold. So already our new follower, Almaberga, which remember she married our caravan master, she's helping out the camp. She's bringing us the secret about the queen. It seems that Queen Ermengarde is known as the Queen of Dice. Well, we're going to go with this option. Since we're a poet, a secret would make an excellent story. This gives us a reduction of stress and a modifier here, inspired by life. So increase max personal schemes. So we're going to do that. We could also just get the strong hook on her. But we're fine with her, you know, being in the tavern. So I don't know why we would go with that option. Also, well, it looks like our son just learned a language. This is Balder learning High German. We also have a betrothal offer. This is for Wolfgar. And it's for this character's granddaughter. She's 12 years old, which is the same age as Wolfgar. She is deceitful, craven, and rowdy. Looks like she might have a decent intrigue. Though her focus is actually on the martial education, so that's not going to get any higher from her education, and she already has all her traits as well. Wolfgar is currently getting the intrigue education, so it would be helpful if that was to increase some. Yeah, I think this is a good match, and you know what, we don't get a lot of offers for marriages, and I'd like to get all of our sons betrothed or get them some spouses, particularly our second son, Emunder. We'll continue looking around for wives. I don't think we have any in our camp outside of a really young girl. She's the daughter of Ganupa. I think she's only like 3 years old at this point. We did get an event here, someone else. This is about our concubine Valence. She's once again absent from our tent as night falls. Maybe it's just because we're with one of our other concubines. She has been distant lately, lost in thought, and rarely seen at camp. Am I not to her satisfaction? Is she simply busy? Or could she be warming someone else's bed? So we could just straight up confront her. Instead, we can investigate it. This is an intrigue challenge with a 100% chance of success. Or we could instead say she would never disrespect me thusly. I think this option is fitting. Yeah, we might confront her as a really angry dude, but we'd want to know the truth and we wouldn't trust that she would tell us. And so investigating is the best option here. And she's innocent. Okay. And I don't think she discovered that we were investigating her either. So you can see that we do have the five advantages here. However, the success chance is only 29%. This is going up very slowly, unfortunately. We'll probably have to go until we have the 10 advantages. Such a bummer that the phases are so long. So we got this event means an end. We've gotten this before. It's a little bit different now that we have the shrine. So the words are different here, but essentially it's the same. Do we have a lust for land? Are we enjoying our life, or do we want to keep our options open? This will reduce our stress and get us some provisions. I think we're gonna go with this option here, get us some more experience in the wander traits and also some additional prestige. So let's just take a look, see where we're at. We do have level 1. We didn't have this before, though we've been getting more experience. So that's gonna give us diplomacy, learning, a health boost, and increased travel speed. Our health is now fine, so it's not good anymore. The art of delegation. Prince Sikhanov has his court and I have mine. The difference is, where his retainers are content to live off his largesse, my followers are determined to help me help myself to a little of that same wealth. I spend my time working towards our eventual payday, and they in turn can rob him blindly while he's preoccupied. It's always nice to know that you have people you can rely on. So we can say, with me Ganupa, let's keep him busy, or let's loot everything not nailed down. So basically it's just a difference in the skills that you're using. In this case it looks like we're using almost all of our skills, while in this one it's just stewardship, intrigue, and martial. So it's a 54% chance of success. It's also going to have a different gallows bait bonus. In this case it's thief, while on this one it's trickster. We're at level 1 for both trickster and thief. But this one's a slightly higher chance of success, the same gold regardless. So I suppose we'll go with that. We could also just say too risky, better not, but yeah, we're always one to take risk. So let's go and do that. And our officer failed us. Okay, so that's unfortunate. Lost all opinion with the prince. We finished upgrading the baggage train, so that will unlock an additional internal upgrade slot. Thought about getting the ample steeds. Get that head groom, increasing both the travel speed and the army movement speed, and you get a very nice bonus to that. You also get the travel speed bonus just for having this. So overall we'll be able to move a lot faster. If we get any cav, then they would be better at pursuit. Get some other bonuses here as well. I think we're going to instead get the proficient trackers. While this does give some nice bonuses with the army movement speed, also you'll use less provisions, or at least in these specific terrains, and you'll gain more provisions when you do the gather provision decision. Also, any relevant contracts will have increased success chance. What I'm really going for is the Huntsman officer position. The Huntsman increases archer damage and hunt success chance, but more importantly, it improves the martial education outcomes of all children in your camp. So that's really what I'm going for it, or why I'm going for it. So we're going to get that upgraded. So with this event, Temptations of the Purse, we got another opportunity to rob the prince. The diplomacy challenge would surely fail. However, the intrigue challenge has a 92% chance that we'll steal 50 gold, though he will be suspicious of us. We'll also get some experience in the thief trait. We're going to do the prowess challenge, which has a 5% higher chance of success, so I guess that's what we'll go with. And we did get that 50 gold, but again, he is suspicious of us. So one thing that I did forget to do is we got that portable shrine, and we could try and convert some of our Christian followers. Now, if they're zealous, like Matthews here, then they're not going to accept that. But we can try and get some of these other characters. So this is a French Catholic. If his opinion was only slightly higher, he would accept. We got Hugo here. So this is the son of Matthews. Now how annoyed he would be if we converted him. He's only 3 years old. Wouldn't accept anyways. But we could convert her, Almaberga. 10% chance. No point on even asking if she's gonna most likely decline. She is pregnant. Alright, so they got to work quite quickly. So we can't help with any of our detractors. We are with the steadfast temperament, so it's not that big of an issue. But what we might want to do is try and convert some of these other characters. They'd be more likely to accept because they like us. So I went through all of our followers, and unfortunately nobody has higher than a 33% chance of accepting. So that's kind of a shame, because that was one of the main reasons why I wanted to get that. I mean, it has other benefits as well, helping us get our piety up so that we can try and become a religious icon. But yeah, I was mainly getting it so that we could try and get our followers converted, since we're getting a lot of penalties. Oh wow, we're now malnourished due to being sick here. So that's going to hit our health as well. Still fine. Overall, not doing well, guys. We're also getting older as well. Our character is now 53 years old. A pleasure to work with. It's truly fortunate that I'm afforded a chance to plan this contract with my wife, Mistress Thora, by my side. A better, more observant aide no man could ask for. Always willing to go the extra mile for our needs, always focused on how best to advance the contract. More recently, her work has resulted in a shortcut that should save us a significant amount of time. So this will get us 2 advantages. Okay, so that's pretty helpful. We're still only at 58%. We could use the 10 advantages to get the 5%. Might as well just let it keep going here, so we have a better chance of succeeding, and we're still sick. So, and in fact, it looks like we're just getting worse. I don't know if we're gonna recover from this. It's not a disease that many people do recover from. We did get the proficient trackers finished up. We also got a martial perk, which is gonna allow us to get the sappers. Our men-at-arms will get faster siege progress, so that's excellent. So with the proficient trackers done, we'll need to get something else upgraded. What it appears that we're broke, so we're gonna have to wait to do that. So we only got 120 gold. Not really enough to get anything constructed. A lot of our upgrades are pretty expensive at this point. It seems that our concubine Yana and our son Magni are getting along. So if we want this option, we get a nice bonus of 3 advantages. However, it's an 18% chance of success. So instead we'll just go with this, good for them. Even though we would like to take advantage of that, it's just most likely gonna fail. So this gives us 20 days of progress and also increased opinion with them. Although maybe we wouldn't be happy about that, though I guess there was no option to be irritated about that. I don't know if you get jealous of your son having a good relationship with your concubine. So one more phase here after this one. There we go. So now we're at 14. One more phase will be at 15. I think that'll be enough, guys. That gives us an additional 10% plus whatever we get here. So we're now at 88.5%. So we'll go ahead and use our 15 advantages to get the 10% bonus. And that pretty much guarantees that we're successful, and thus we got 103 gold and got that experience. Alright, excellent. So we'll return back home, and I suppose we're just going to go ahead and start moving south again. Well, that's interesting. Valence is now pregnant, so us being sick did not stop us from getting her pregnant unless somebody else is paying a visit to her tent at night. We do have the option to support a faction. I almost want to do this because we haven't done any mercenary work for a while. Yeah, let's go ahead and support it. We could get the Duchy of Corsica out of this, but yeah, we don't want it, so we'll just go with that option there. So we could press our demands now. However, I think we're going to wait, see if any other members join. As of right now, it's just these 2 characters, so they aren't contributing much. We'll clearly have to be the one who wins this war. But yeah, waiting for a little bit might give us a chance to recover from the sickness. We want to go ahead and pause this because we're going to go and start moving south again. We're going to move down over towards Anconia because this is one of the locations that we can visit for some experience. In this case, it's the stewardship lifestyle experience points. Let's go and start moving our camp. Again, won't be able to visit the location there since we're still sick, so that's unfortunate. This could cause some issues with provisions if we remain sick for a long time. Now, there are other options here in the decisions. I guess we can't take those either. Well, that's interesting. So when you're sick, you are very limited. Yeah, the provisions could certainly become an issue. We also have the option here to gain weight. I think that would be good. So bring the butter. Because remember, we got that modifier there that we're malnourished. This is really because we're sick more than anything else. So the next location we'll be going to is Rome and the Vatican. You get 2 shots of experience there. So maybe we'll wait since we're still sick. We could do this contract over here. Yeah, I guess we'll do that, but first let's go and upgrade the Roaring Campfire. It's gonna cost 180, so a majority of our money. So we need to earn a bit more, so we're gonna travel over to this mission. And I think going by sea would be the better option since this would take 4 months. So yeah, instead, we're going to go through here, both directions, and thus it'll only take 30 days. So we found our first victim. We'll go with that Prowess Challenge. 95% chance that we'll be successful, and he did give us a bunch of money, so very helpful. This mission is pretty good for getting money. We do have really fast phases at 10 days. However, the base success chance here, or the maximum we get, is 78%. So we will need to let it go several phases in order to get it completed. It's only a 60% chance of secrecy as well. And it seems that Valence, she has given birth to a son, and we're going to name him Snorri. He's a child of a concubine. Doesn't have any of those traits, unfortunately. So yeah, we're at the 8 advantages now. Getting to the 10, that's 5%. So only 83%. With our horrible luck, I think we should let it go a bit longer. And then also, like I said before, this one's pretty good because it lets you get the ability to rob people and get more money. And it's just not going to take us very long to get to the 15 advantages. In fact, we are already there. A 10% increase would get us to 88%. So that should be high enough, you'd think. And it was. So we got 201 gold. Also got some much needed provisions. And some experience in the Marauder trait. Now, we're not short on provisions. But the reason why I said much needed is, of course, because we don't really have any other ways to get them due to the fact that we're still sick. If you want to take a look at our younger sons, I believe we already assigned him, and he's routing, he's doing the intrigue education. But Scully here, he got the bossy, and we have not given him an education trait or somebody to educate him. So that means we want him to either do the stewardship or the martial education. We have sons that are doing both of these, and since now we get that bonus for the martial education, we'll go with that. And as far as who will have educating him, are we educating 2 characters yet? We are. We're doing Wolfgar and Thor. Okay, so in that case we'll have to assign somebody else to be his guardian. Ganupa is the best choice just based on his prowess. He is getting old like ourselves though. So yeah, I guess we're going to go ahead and start moving over here. We're going to want to go to the Vatican first, and that's 200 learning experience. And then here in Rome, we'll get the martial experience. So we'll go to that next. This is going to cost us 521 of our limited provisions. So we don't have very many ways to improve that. And another one of our sons has learned High German. In this case, it's Thor. So we visited the Grand Cathedral, got the learning lifestyle points. Wonder why that X keeps disappearing there. A little issue with the UI. We still need to press the Liberty faction demand, so been waiting for us to get over this, but I don't think we're going to. So let's go and get the martial experience points. That'll help us get the next perk. So we will visit Rome first. I wanted to be able to go into these locations, but with us being sick, it's not an option. But yeah, we got that Coliseum bonus there. Also getting lots of experience points for our Traveler. We've almost got level 2 in Wander. Same thing with the Season tier. So before we do this, we should probably move back up north. I'm going to see if there's anything worth going south for when it comes to experience. Doesn't look like it. I think we'll just go ahead and head north, get a little bit closer to where we're going to want to raise our army up. So maybe like right here. Not entirely sure where all this conflict will be. I guess we'll do this location. Yeah, we'll go over here. We don't have to worry about it being sieged down. I mean, they could siege down the whole location, I suppose. We also just completed our campfire. We do have the money to get the next of the internal upgrades. As we've seen before, there's not as many good options here. I suppose this one would be nice for the knight effectiveness per intrigue skill. That'd be pretty helpful. Also, our character is a poet. It does make sense to get this one. Maybe we'll get it next, because I think the one we'll get first. This one would be good too if you have any intrigue focused characters. I think what we're going to do is get the juicy rumors. This will increase our intrigue and also results in us getting more money from the criminal contracts. So that'd be pretty helpful as long as we're doing the criminal stuff. And just getting the higher intrigue would be nice as well. It's currently at 17, so +4 would put us at 21. Pretty darn high intrigue for a character that wasn't really built entirely for that. You know, we're more focused on the martial and prowess. So let's go ahead and start this war, since it appears we're never going to get better. We did lose one of the people that was in the faction. In fact, I think the character who hired us has left. Alright, well that's a shame. Could let it go a bit more while we do these contracts. Because again, I'd prefer to do this war when we're not sick. And we do have a contract that we haven't done before. We might not even have done this one, the improvised spycraft. But I know we haven't done the burned property. So you know what, let's do that. Give us something to do before we actually start this conflict up. And we don't need to travel with the whole camp. Trent seems a pleasant place. A shame to visit it under such unpleasant circumstances. Close to nightfall, a small band of my followers and I await in the shadows not too far from our target. A stinking kennel filled to the brim with barking hounds. Lord Mayor Ogier didn't see fit to explain whether his victim, the Countess Gertrude, owned the place, had interest there, or merely had some affection for it. Soon enough, it won't matter either way. So we can go with the intrigue challenge to stay quiet or away as soon as the fire is taken. This is a 67% chance that we will be successful. Instead, we can say axes at the ready and let's get bloody. This method will reveal our identity, but it is easier overall. It looks like it doesn't have a percentage chance at all. It's also a crime, so we could be imprisoned for that. Can't go with this option because we don't have the proper officer positions, and we're not going to go with that. While this one's fitting for our character, I feel like the mission is to burn the place down, and we always do the mission, right? So we're going to go with this one, even though it's a low chance of success. I say low chance, 67% chance isn't exactly low, but we were successful. Usually we fail. Well, this is funny. We can still boast that it was us. We'll lose stress we don't have, but we'll get some experience in the bandit trade. I feel like that's what our character would do. I know he's got good intrigue and everything, but yeah, we probably would tell everybody. We want everybody to know. So yeah, let them know it was us. So we could have gotten away with it. It looks like that doesn't actually make it marked as a crime, though. There is a mission here we could do. We also got the first trade event for Thor. So he got the callous trait. So he's coming out much like his father. So you could go with that, or go with an arrogant or compassionate. It's a very different one. I think we're just going to go with this one here, guys. So that, of course, will be decreasing his diplomacy, will increase in his intrigue. Watch him be much like his father. Now, this is a different trait from his father, so at least we're not getting the same thing. It's not sadistic. Those are two different traits. Some people find them quite similar, but I think that they're very different. We can now finish up this branch of the perk tree. So we'll get the diplomacy, the martial, and then all those additional bonuses. So that's pretty helpful. So that's a good thing to have before we start this war. And I guess we're going to do this mission as well. Why not? The improvised statecraft, or spycraft, excuse me. So we'll make our way over there, and we will not move with the group. Proactive reconnaissance in Pisa. So the streets of Pisa are abuzz with whispers of war and blood, with many locals utterly convinced that Podesta Filippo plans a conflict soon. Of course, war is hardly a rare occurrence, which makes it all the easier for gossips and rumor mongers to stir fears when there's little else to fill the long evenings. True or no, it makes for plenty of chatty folk who are positively eager to share their opinions and what they've heard with an enterprising stranger. So we can put our ear to the ground. Intrigue challenge will get the +1 intelligence gathered, which is what the purpose of this mission is. Instead, we can try and work our charms. We're not the most charming character, though. Our diplomacy has slowly been increasing. It's still only at 6. Or we can interrogate whoever we can and then leave. That would make Filippo suspicious, so might not want to do that, though it would be the easiest option. But 81% chance, that's not too bad. He might still get suspicious, but he didn't. Alright, so we got the +1 intelligence. Now we have the next of the missions. I suppose we won't read through all these because I suppose it doesn't really matter. We're just going to go with the intrigue challenge since that's clearly the best option. And unfortunately our physician has died. He's also Baldur's educator, so we expected that we would have to replace him in that position. We also need to get another doctor, so let's see if we have anybody decent. We do not. So that's unfortunate. Can we send for somebody? Let's take a look here. No, we do not have a decision for that, so we're just going to have to appoint somebody who has a poor aptitude here, which is a shame. Also did not appoint a huntsman. Oh, my bad, I completely forgot about that. Herman here would be excellent to that task, so we'll go ahead and do that. But yeah, we really wanted to get him appointed as soon as we could. So just looking at their learning, because they all have the poor aptitude, so we'll just base it off of learning. And so in that case, our camp priest is the best option, so we'll go ahead and appoint him. And then we need to get somebody to educate Baldur. We have so many children here now. Here we go. So let's appoint a new guardian. Can't be us because we are already educating 2 of our sons. So just base this off of learning, which seems like the new doctor, Sigrid, who's also our camp priest, that he would be the best choice. This would increase his opinion, which currently is only at 50. Let's go ahead and do that. And we'll continue along our way here. Wolfgar has just come of age. So he's going to be one of our champions. He's already betrothed, which she should be coming of age here soon. And he got the flamboyant trickster. So that's a little unfortunate. Seems like none of our children are doing great with the education. I don't know if it's because of who we're assigning. I feel like we got some decent characters that we're assigning. But maybe, oh, we also completed this mission here. But maybe it's just being a landless character, you're less likely to be successful. So now we need to return home. We got a bit more money. We are constructing something, right? Yeah, we're getting the juicy rumors, which we'll have in 3 months. Now we think that Jannotte is cheating on us. We're going to go with the same option, 84% chance. And we find no proof of infidelity, which means we failed at that. So she could, in fact, be going to somebody else's camp at night. So we got this event again, and we have the option to get a new inventory artifact. So we'll go ahead and do that, and we'll get 30 gold. We're just going to rob him, essentially. And we'll see if that's better than any of our current items. So you know what, guys? We're going to replace the fangs here. I think that would be a better option. Not quite as much prestige. But yeah, you're gonna increase the prowess. It's got some other nice bonuses there. So put that in place, and then what we're gonna do with this is we're gonna go and gift it to our son Wolfgar, since of course he was named based on the attack of that wolf. He is a big man, isn't he? But this is like a coming of age gift for him. Boost his opinion further and give him those bonuses. So unfortunately that faction was disbanded. I should have declared war when I had the chance. We got 5 gold from being in it. So that's it. Alright, so that's a real shame. I suppose we'll do this contract. Yeah, I really should have fought the war while I had the chance to. We also got another arranged betrothal. So we'll have to take a look at that. So with the balanced option here, going to get everybody appointed. I want to start with these 2 positions since we want to make sure we decrease those phases by as much as possible. So Magni would be good here as the footpad. Our wife would be good as the lookout. And we have a lot of people who do well with these positions, you know, muscle and the thug. So we actually have 3 of our sons involved in this. Is 100% chance of success is the highest we'll get to, and the phases are only 10 days. So not too bad at all. Should be able to easily get this completed. I was going to take a look at the betrothal offer. So this is actually for our daughter, Dala. The offer is being made by the 21-year-old High Chieftain of Kiev. Yeah, I feel like we're probably not going to get a much better offer than this. I mean, maybe. But yeah, I don't know why we wouldn't accept that. Sure, why not? We don't have a lot of opportunities to marry our family into, landed families. We did just get the juicy rumors completed. You know what, let's go and get the last upgrade for the barber's tent. We have had some issues with diseases, so that would be helpful, but then you also just get the extra passive income, which is great. So we got the advantages necessary. We're at 100% already, so don't need to go any further. So got that 55 gold and some additional provisions. Now we'll head back home. There is another mission over here, the Forgotten Claims. Well, before we do this or any other contracts, let's make use of our favors. I want to see if anybody has any potential spouses. Yeah, we got this set up. There's nobody here. Oh, he doesn't even have much land, does he? Just that one county. So with him, you could get the additional provisions. We'll get 400. Yeah, why not? We're going to make that request. We'll see if the Countess has any potential spouses. She does not. So probably just get the gold. Also do it for a contract. Yeah, we'll just get the gold here. There's plenty of contracts. And we've been spending a lot of our gold doing those upgrades. So I guess we'll do the Forgotten Claims. And I'm thinking for the next episode that we're probably going to go ahead and travel over to the Byzantine Empire. I know a lot of people would want me to do that for a while. We've been in Italy for quite some time, for much of the later part of our lives here. We're now 55 years old. So I think it would make sense to go to the Byzantine Empire next. So yeah, we'll go ahead and try and do this contract. And we can change the title that we're doing it for. So just make it a county instead of the duchy here. Yeah, we're fine with doing it for the Duchy of Tuscany. And then we're going to do that balanced approach as well. It's generally the best option, not always. Secrecy is at 67%. I suppose we could have done something that instead focused on reducing these phases. Hopefully our own courtiers will do pretty good at getting it down. It's 80 days right now. It's still pretty high and nobody great in this spot. So 73 days. So this is going to take quite a while. Hopefully we'll have a good success chance though. 74%. Okay, so we might have to do a lot of phases. I don't know, with how long the current phase lengths are and we don't start with any advantages, we might just want to get to the 74% and that's it, and just see if it's successful or not. Because yeah, I don't want to try and get to the 10 advantages for the 79% chance. It's not even that much higher of a chance of success, and just these phases are far too long. These betrothed can get married, so let's go and send it off. She is of age now, so Wolfgar is now married. Hopefully he'll start giving us some grandchildren soon. Oh, well, you look at this. There is a tournament, which is fairly close, but it looks like we can't join it. So that's a real bummer. We just haven't had any luck getting to these tournaments, which is a shame because our character would be just absolutely fantastic at them. Even at his age, he's gotten to 54 prowess. He's losing 14 from old age, and he has consumption, which gives you the -2. Time for a treatment. Maybe, no, it's too late for caution. Let's go with that option. And we got the greatly reduced disease symptoms. Alright. We can do another treatment. Didn't we just do this? Let's not try our luck again with such an inexperienced doctor, so we'll just go with that. And we got the reduced disease symptoms. Do we get both of those? Let's just take a look here, because you'd think you'd only have the one. And no, we do have both. Okay, so that'll counter the penalties that we're getting here. And we finally lost consumption. Alright, that took a long time, guys. As that gets our prowess back up, and as well as all of our other stats. Alright, so Ivar has come of age, and he's finally one who has done well at his education. He's a fortune builder. His stewardship is still only at 11, though maybe that needs to update. Nope, that's updated. So yeah, that's a little unfortunate. It's not a bit higher. His traits are content, fickle, and trusting. So essentially, he's a good vassal, but not a character we're going to want to play as. He is one of our champions with that 17 prowess. He's got a pet dog. So we've seen this event many times before, so we'll go with the same option that we usually do. This should be the last phase that we need to do, just 20 days. And we got the barber's tent completed as well, so I think that lets us get another upgrade for it. I'll have to take a look, maybe not. So this is going to complete the contract. Again, I'm not willing to wait. And we did fail. I mean, 74%, 79%. Probably would have failed regardless, or could have failed just with how our luck has gone so far. So the level 6 barber's tent does not give us another internal upgrade. I don't think we have enough money to upgrade anything else at the moment outside of the roaring campfire, which, you know, gives you some bonuses but does not give you another internal upgrade slot. So we're just going to hold on to our money for now. We actually made a lot of progress in today's episode as far as the calendar goes. Almost 6 years. I think it was February 900 when we started today's episode. So yeah, just a few months short of getting 6 years, which is about twice what we've been getting. Unfortunately, we've only been going about 3 years per video. So let me know down in the comments below what you want me to do for the next episode. We can finally make our way into the Byzantine Empire. We can also do these contracts up here in northern Italy. Another thing we could consider doing is changing up our camp purpose, you know, back to the swords for hire. Since we became freebooters, we haven't really found any mercenary contracts, which is unfortunate because I find the mercenary play to be one of the funner parts of being landless. There's another tournament up here in Germany, but we would not be able to make it. It is quite far away, so not surprising. But yeah, if we switch back over to swords for hire, we'd be more likely to see those mercenary contracts. I was under the assumption that you'd still be able to get mercenary contracts as freebooters, because if you see here, it says that this camp purpose only finds more mercenary contracts, as well as making these ones more likely to pop up as well. That's the way they all work. As you've seen with the swords for hire, we did find many criminal contracts, and I think we've seen some mercenary contracts as freebooters, but that was when we were up north. Maybe there just hasn't been wars in this area, but I don't know. We just haven't really seen many mercenary contracts. Even in Germany we didn't. So we could always switch back over to swords for hire. Another thing we haven't really made use of is the ability to abduct characters, so we could do that since we unlocked that. Yeah, let me know what exactly you want to focus on for the next episode and the ones after that. Should we just continue doing contracts in Italy with the Byzantine Empire, maybe change up our camp purpose? There's a lot of different options. So let me know down in the comments below. So I hope you did enjoy today's episode. If you did, make sure you leave a like on the video, subscribe to our channel, and hit that notification bell. Do hope to see you in the next one, and thanks for watching.